Hello and welcome back to the Bob Cave. I'm back at it, getting ready to play episode number 40 of my old school universe mode. We are in season number 4, and we are getting ready to play WWF Primetime Wrestling from September 16th, 1991. There is no WCW show this week, so we'll be adding a match on the primetime, and then I believe UWF will have an extra match. So let's get right into it and let's play this episode of Primetime Wrestling. As I said, this is from September 16th, 1991. The in-studio guests are The Rockers, Ted DiBiase, along with Sherry, and Sid Justice. So quite a few members of the roster here in the studio. Match number 1, we got Skinner taking on Koko Beware. Skinner would win this match, but Koko Beware here taking on Akira Tozawa. And we're going to have just Koko win this one. That's fine. No big deal here. We don't have Skinner on this PS4 roster here, so it is what it is. Match 2, we got the Bushwhackers taking on Angel and Ashanti, the Adonis. They actually took on Ray Garcia and Tom Sons. And the Bushwhackers are going to get the dub here. Alright, next up, match number 3. We got the Barbarian taking on Apollo Crews. And we're going to play it as the Barbarian here. Not too sure if I took off the entrance. If I did, we'll just skip it. If I didn't, we'll skip it. You guys know the drill. I will apologize in advance for that. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's start the match here. We got the Barbarian, Apollo Crews. Running neckbreaker by Apollo, starting things off on Barb. Standing moonsault. And a mat slam. Elbow drop to the leg. Apollo off to a fast start here. And a knee smash. Elbow drop to the leg now. Barbarian's in trouble. Apollo off to a fast start. Barbarian hooking him here though. Suplex throw. Apollo rolling out to the floor. Apollo hooked again. Scooped up. Barbarian with that shoulder breaker. Awesome strength by the big man. Double adds to the back. And Barbarian now hammering away. Big rights. And slamming Apollo Crews' face right into the mat. Gorilla press slam. Up and down. Barbarian hitting the ropes. Falling headbutt. And Barbarian taking control of this one. Working over Crews. Kick to the head by Crews. Irish whip off the ropes. Went for that corkscrew back elbow. Not gonna happen. Barbarian hooking him from behind. Back suplex just tossing him like a sack of trash. Barbarian showing off that awesome strength. Big right. And Barbarian hoisting him up. Back suplex on the apron. And Apollo is taking some punishment here. Countered. Barbarian counters. Barbarian hooking him on the floor. A suplex throw. And Apollo is looking rough here. He is hurting. He is in bad shape. Barbarian catching him in. running, swinging neck breaker. And Barbarian, as I said, just dominating thus far. Irish whip into the corner. And Barbarian double ass to the back. Forearm to the back. And Barbarian now choking him. Driving a knee into the chest of Apollo Crews. Here we go, driving some elbows right into the chest. Following through. I don't know what Crews is going to have left in the tank. Barbarian from the middle rope missing that headbutt. Crews not missing that boot though. And Crews following up with some right hands. Once again, some shots to the Barbarian. Irish whip pulling him back into a shoulder block. Standing shooting star press. Here's a cover. Just the one. Nobody home on that moonsault. Oh my, that black mass kick. Something. I gotta change that move. Barbarian ain't never hit that shit. 1, 2. And I kick out at 2. There it is! The run under Yakuza. The mafia kick, if you will. Good night. That's it for Apollo Crews. Right there, that black mass. And then that running big boot. Dropping Apollo and getting the win. And the Barbarian getting the victory here. Plowing right through Apollo Crews. And as I said before the contest, it was supposed to be Ron Cumberledge. But yeah, we don't have Ron. So we use modern day guys as enhancement guys. At least lower to mid card guys. So anyway. So here we go. Rolling into the next one. We're going to have the old school Undertaker in action coming up. But before that, we have the current $1 million champion, Virgil, taking on Exaium. And Virgil's going to get the dub here. Virgil is supposed to be taking on Bubba Monroe. Another enhancement talent. Alright, we got the Undertaker in action. The Undertaker with Paul Bearer is taking on Bill Pierce. Right here, we got him taking on Brutus Creed. Alright, let's do it. The Dead Man. Taking on Big Bruti. Here we go. Part of the Creed brothers. Alright, let's accept and do it. Taker with the knee lift. Starting things off against Creed. Multiple strikes, a hip toss. A hip throw, should I say. Collar elbow tie up. Going for a gut wrench. Hooking the dead man. Blitz strength. Back club by Creed. Taker with the counter. Taker rocking him back into the corner. Head first into the corner. Here we go. And Taker unloading with some offense. A big choke with that boot. Running in the corner. A counter there by Creed. Missed the drop kick. Scooped up and down. Leg drop. Right into a boot. And Creed rolling to the floor. as the dead man taunts inside the ring. Taker, arm wrench. Gonna lift him up. An arm wringer flip. What awesome. What an awesome display of strength. Throat thrust. Taker now countered by Brutus. Went for the boot again. Didn't want to hit that again. That's fine. Arm wringer with the flip. Running leg drop connecting. The Undertaker going for a pin. Referee sliding into position 1. Just a 1. Not enough damage done yet to Creed. Taker hooking him. Got him up. Got him. Alley-oop into the corner. Just split him open. Just busted Creed open in the corner. And Taker now with the foot choke. Alley-ooped him, just dropped him face first into that turnbuckle. And the Undertaker wrenching the arm. It's old school time. The dead man walking that top rope. And gonna drive down with a big strike. And here we go, it's Tombstone City. Got it. He kicked out. That son of a bitch kicked out of Cradle. I thought that was it, for sure. He's busted, he's damaged. Running shoulder block by Creed. What resiliency, what heart by this young man. He's about to pay for that, though.
You kicked out of my finish, boy? I'm about to make you famous.
Creed with the counter, shot to the gut. Taker again, hooking the arm. Got him off the top.
Alright, let's get his ass down. And drop him on his head one more time.
Dog Creed, what a pounce! And Creed working over the dead man. Grabbing him by the leg and yanking him. Big boot. To the floor goes Creed. The dead man from the apron. Double axe to the floor. And then he goes. Elbow drop, nobody home. Big right hands. Undertaker scoop and a slam. Hitting the ropes. Leg drop. Oh my. Hello, Jeff Hardy there. And the dead man working him over again. Went for the pounce. Not going to happen today. Running DDT caught him. Elbow drop.
Alright, his ass is done.
I want to hit the choke slam, but it's all good. Old school again. Alright, we are going to defeat him this time with a tombstone. You better believe it. Got it. Up and down. 3 counters. Creed. Kicker at the big time throat thrust. He keeps trying the same shit. I keep hitting you with the same shit.
Stay down, boy.
Back body drop out at that man. Ah, there we go. Get up, punk.
Good night, you little bastard.
That dead man with that victory. The Undertaker victorious here on Primetime Wrestling with that tombstone pile driver. As you can see here, the dead man walking the top rope, showing off that agility. Driving him down with not one, but two tombstones in this match. Right there, another old school for you. Old school when it was still kind of new school. Showing the world the spoilers move there. And there, right there, that tombstone, that's the one that finished them all. There you have it, your winner, The Undertaker. Undertaker won the match, and after the match, he put his opponent in, yes, a body bag. Alright, match number 6. We got the Big Boss Man taking on Colonel Mustafa, along with General Adnan. And we're going to play this one. We're going to play this one as the Big Boss Man. Alright, and as this loads up, I want to take the time to thank you guys for joining me here in the Bob Cave. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on all my social media platforms. If you guys have not done so already, hey man, down below, that's where you're going to find me, the B.O.B. baby. Oh yeah, kicking it L-I-V-E, live here in the Bob Cave, playing, live streaming some of this universe mode. You know how it goes, man. We be doing it every week. It never fails. We be jumping around from universe mode to universe mode to universe mode. We got 3 different ones here in the Bob Cave on YouTube. We got the old school one, which is basically 1991 for WWF and WCW, and then I believe it's 87 and 86 for WCCW and UWF. As these two men battle it out. Colonel Mustafa now, Irish whip into the corner, big overhand chop, and do not count out Colonel Mustafa. Mustafa now tying the Big Boss Man to the Trio O. Boss Man with the counter. And Mustafa now working the arm, working the body, raking the eyes. Boss Man counters. Big shot by Bubba. By Boss Man, excuse me. And Boss Man raking the eyes. Boss Man from behind got him in the shoulder claw. Locking it in. Knee to the back. Off the ropes. Boss Man missing the 747 splash. STO takedown. Missed the right. Irish whip now off the ropes. Missed the clothesline. Boss Man counter. Mustafa running clothesline. Big rights and a big one. Dropping the Boss Man. Colonel Mustafa is most certainly a ring general, a veteran of the ring. But Boss Man can't get it going right now against him. Missed the clothesline. Mustafa, nice combination, going for a pin. Just a one. A counter there by Boss Man. Boss Man, big throat thrust. Boss man hitting the ropes. Big splash. Going for a pin. 1, 2. And a kick out by Mustafa. Colonel now Irish whipped into the corner. Boss man setting him up top. Boss man throwing him out to the floor. And back in comes Mustafa. Mustafa scooped and slammed. Elbow drop by Boss man. And a big Boss man from the middle rope. Big splash connecting. Boss man going for a pin. Got the rope break though. Foot was under the bottom rope. That's Boss man now working over. Big scoop slam again. He's going to town right now on Mustafa. Boss man unloading on that double ass to the back. With that clothesline to the back of the head to go. And Adnan on the apron. General Adnan distracting the big Boss man right now. As Mustafa's lying in the corner. Boss man caught him. Bear hug into a spine buster. That might be enough. 1, 2. No. Colonel Mustafa using his Braziliancy there to kick out of that one. Boss man in disbelief. Break to the eyes. Into the corner. Mustafa now. Working Boss man over. Bull Nelson beating his head face first into that top turnbuckle. Boss man now feeling the effects. And the big Boss man is in control. While taking control back, Mustafa counters. Scooping a slam again. Off the ropes. A back body drop. And Adnan back on the apron. The referee needs to step in and do something about this. This is done the second time in this matchup. Mustafa now taking advantage. Headlock takeover. And a Boss man rolling to the floor. Or to the apron, should I say. Running shoulder thrust, taking him to the outside. Counter, a hip lock takeover. And Mustafa taking advantage. Raking the eyes of Boss man. Knife edge chops by both men. And Boss man throwing Mustafa back in the ring. Mustafa taking him down. Into a short arm clothesline. And Mustafa now choking out the Boss man. Elbow drop. Mustafa now. Looking to humble his ass. A rope break, yes. Come on, my ass. No way. I'll take the L. Boss man entered that spine buster. After that camel clutch. The stomp to the arm. And right there you see him reaching for the rope, but Mustafa grabbing the arm, pulling it back. We're going to rematch it and have Boss man win. It's all good. Hey, you win some, you lose some. That's the way it goes, but hey, all gravy, baby. I want to hit at least one Boss man slam, but it happens. Alright, Boss man gonna win. And like I said, hey, I play on Legend as well, so sometimes the CPU wins, man. It goes that way. It is what it is. I don't harp on that stuff. Next up, we got Hercules, along with Slick, taking on Greg the Hammer Valentine. This match was actually a double countout. We're just gonna random it, see who wins it. Greg Valentine won. Okay. All right. Let's see. After that double countout, we got the Warlord with Slick taking on Scott Summer. Is it Scott Summers as Cyclops? No? Okay. Warlord is going to get the win here. Alright, then we got the Orient Express along with Mr. Fuji taking on Dwayne Gill and Barry Hardy. And the Orient Express are going to get the win here. Okay. So Orient Express getting the win there. And then the main event, match number 10, was Davey Boy Smith taking on Chris Duffy. We can only do 9 matches for this show, sadly. So, be that as it may, let's continue. For World Championship Wrestling this week, there is no show. So, we're just going to throw up one match here. That one will work right there. That'll be our one and only. And we're just going to sim it and let whoever win it, win it. Alright, Kit Wilson won. Okay. Yeah. So September 14th, 1991, no show for WCW, sadly. Next up, we'll go ahead and set up World Class Championship Wrestling. Let's go ahead and get into here. So as I said earlier, World Class is from a different year. WCW and WWF are both from 1991. This show is from 1986, so a little blast from the past. Let's go ahead and set it up. Alright, change participants, yeah, customize. So right here, we're going to keep Tyler Bate in there, but we're going to throw Lance Von Erich out here. Okay. And then we got a tag team matchup. We got Rick Rude and the One Man Gang taking on. That's a pretty cool combination here. I almost want to save it, but we got Bruiser Brody and the Missing Link. And can't even talk. An unorthodox duo. These two men. So we got Missing Link. There we go. Alright. Bang your head. Alright, and they're taking on One Man Gang and Rick Rude. Alright. Perfect. Okay, and that match is going to be the one we're going to play, that main event right there. Okay, so this is World Class Championship Wrestling. This is from January 25th, 1986. It's from Dallas Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. And match number 1, we got Jack Victory taking on Tommy Montana, not Tony. Say hello to my little wrestling ring. Anyway, Jack Victory beats Tommy Montana. We get a recap of the American Tag Team Champions Chris Adams and Dino Hernandez. The dynamic duo, they break up. They are split up. The dynamic duo are no more. Match number 2, we got Hollywood John Tatum taking on Lance Von Erich. And we're going to sim this one. Lance Von Erich is going to get the win. Alright, and then the big main event here for World Class Championship Wrestling. We got the Missing Link and Bruiser Brody taking on the One Man Gang and Ravishing Rick Rude, the American Heavyweight Champion, along with Percy Pringle, who, for those of you who don't know who Percy Pringle is, that is Paul Bearer. He would later be known as Paul Bearer. So let's get into this. Missing Link, Bruiser Brody taking on Rude and One Man Gang. The big main event here for World Class Championship Wrestling. Alright, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. World Class time. As always, I want to take the time to thank all you community creators out there too. Past, present, and future. Then, now, and forever. Hey man, cannot do these kind of things, these universe modes, without you guys creating these wonderful creations, yes. So, cannot thank you guys enough. And hey, this is 2K23 here, so I mean, yeah, it's definitely a few years old. We can't get community creations anymore, but hey, I would not have this universe mode without those wonderful creations, so I can't, like I said, thank you guys enough. So, Missing Link off to a fast start here. Multiple headbutts to the current American Heavyweight Champion, Rick Rude. As Rude now, multiple mat slams to the Missing Link. And a tag into the one-man gang. Maybe the smart move here by Rude. Let the big man do the work, but he's met with strikes right away from the Missing Link. And a counter. Knee drop to the back of the head. A tag into Rude. Got him by the throat. Up and down. Choke slam. Headbutt. Scooped up into a power slam. Multiple strikes. Elbows to the gut now. Link counter him Rude. Link with the Dirty Deeds front face lock DDT. A reverse front face lock. And here we go, tag into Bruiser Brody. And then comes the big man. Who's? Multiple strikes now by Brody. Counter by Rude. Rude running DDT, taking control. Got him up, vertical suplex, up and over. And a tag into the gang. The one-man gang is in. And here's mount a strike from Brody. Choke toss, no, overhead belly to belly. Nice move. Link in. And Link breaking up that pinfall attempt by the one-man gang. Brody hammering away on gang. Gang counters. Gang face buster just split open Brody. Brody is busted open. And a tag into Rude. And the Link in with the hot tag. Brody is down after being split. Rude counters. Sweeping the leg. Link with the back body drop. And Missing Link right now is all over Rick Rude. Rick Rude counters. Dragon screw leg whip by the Ravishing One. Headbutt to the arm, yes. Multiple headbutts. And Link turning his attention to the gang. He's gonna make him pay. Backbreaker to Link. Oh, Brody just wiping out Rick Rude. Pressing him up. Gutbuster. And Rude trying to roll to the floor. Irish whip. Throwing him. Yes, the Link thrown to the floor. Multiple jabs. And a sleeper hold. Locked in. Jawbreaker by the Link. STO. And another jawbreaker. This one by Rude though. Rude missing with that elbow. Caught with a knee to the gut. Missing Link headed back in. And Rude following through. Rude back in at the count of 6. Link setting him up. Hoisting him up from a sidewall slam position into a power slam. Yes. Rude rolling to the floor. Link going right back after the one-man gang. Back and he comes. Spine buster. Multiple forearms to the gang. Rocking the big guy. Gonna drag him over to the ropes. Link. Driving him down. STO on Rude. And the Link headed up top. Nobody home on that flying body splash. Big right hand as Brody takes out the one-man gang. Brody turns his attention. Oh my! Black mass. Hitting the ropes. The 747, the splash. From the middle rope. Missing Link, missing the headbutt. He missed the flying headbutt. Rude thinking it, no. No Rude Awakening there. Link again. No, yes. See you later, gang. Went for the clothesline, nobody home. Rude from behind. Rake in the face. And a counter and a shot. Link working him over again with those headbutts. The gang taken out once more. Link from the middle rope. There's the headbutt connecting. One-man gang breaking up the pin. Link one more time, yes! Brody couldn't contain the gang that long. Link with the pin. Rude kicking out. Throwing him to the apron. Counter, big forearm. Link gonna pull him back. No, Rude with the counter. And a sidewall slam. And Rude finally making a tie back into the one-man gang. Gang eating a shoulder block. Oh my. Those two men taking turns on the missing Link. Clothesline by the gang. And the Link counter and one-man gang. Link, big forearms. Rocking a gang STO, taking him down. Missing Link back in from the middle rope. There's that flying headbutt again. Oh, come on, Brody. Rude with the save. Brody choking out the gang on that top rope. Leaping clothesline by the missing link. Rude making a tag in. And a double leg. Link with the pin. Right in front of Gang. He didn't even realize it. What a clever move by the missing link. Let's look at some highlights here. The Link nailed him with them rapid fire forearms. That black mass kick by Brody. Some of these guys just got whack movesets. Should be a knee drop as the finish as well. But right there, Brody, after the 747, Link flying with the headbutt, missing on that occasion. Nailing the Gang with them forearms. Rocking the big man. And then another flying headbutt from that middle rope. And the missing Link and Bruiser Brody are victorious here. Now, these two men actually won this match by DQ as Percy Pringle interfered, but hey, a win is a win is a win. Alright, these two men win 4.5 stars. Alright, I'll gladly take that. So, alright, that's the main event here. Now, we're going to take a brief intermission, and I'll be right back to set up UWF. We're going to play 2 matches on UWF. We're going to play a tag team match, and then a solo match, a one-on-one matchup. So, but like I said, we're going to go ahead, take a brief intermission. I need a refill, and I need a bathroom break. So, TMI, I know, but that gives you guys time to go get something to eat, snack on, use the bathroom, take a smoke, do whatever you gotta do. Hey, man, but come right back here. Right back here, baby. And let's finish out this show together. Alright, Jack, let's head over to UWF. Alright, and I definitely will probably get in another live stream today, no doubt about it. I have my other universe mode, we'll be playing the Attitude Era next, so yeah, stay tuned for that, and we'll be playing that on the 2K24, and that'll be on the PS5 as well, so yeah, definitely, if you subscribe to my YouTube page down below, as you can see, you'll find it there, or even on Twitch, if you like. And hey, I want to thank I Believe in Joe Hendry 22 for the follow. I believe in Joe Hendry. Wave your hands. Alright, that's enough. I'm a Joe Henry mark. So, alright, be right back. guys, let's get back at it. I'm back, Jack. Let me crack a can of Pepsi for a worker man, take a swig. Alright. Let's go ahead and set up UWF. So our first match is going to be a tag team match with a 10-minute time limit. There we go, right up top there. Okay, and those two are actually a team right now. Alright, we got Terry Taylor and Jim Duggan taking on Rick Steiner and Sting. So Terry Taylor, Hacksaw. Sting and Rick. Let's get Sting first. And Rick. Alright. And yeah, let me go back and put hot stuff with them as well. Eddie Gilbert. There we go, okay. Match 2, we got Dr. Death, Steve Williams in action. Alright, Steve Williams, we'll have him probably take on, let's see. Johnny Gargano. Let's get Gargano here. Okay. We got a tag match here with the Freebirds. Michael P.S. Hayes and Buddy Jack. Okay, and they're taking on two enhancement guys, so nothing major here, Butch. Let's do Ridge if he's on here. I don't know if I got Ridge on this roster or not. Yep, okay. Works for me. Okay, then we got the one-man gang in action on this show as well. Alright, one-man gang. One take on Mustafa. And then we got a tag match, main event in this one as well. We got Iceman, King Parsons, and Missing Link teaming up. And you know what? They can take on the Usos. That's cool with me. We got the Usos here as enhancement guys. No knock on them. The current Usos, but at the time it was yeah. Hey, like I said, I used the modern guys as enhancement guys, so I needed a good team, a good enough team. So okay, we got Iceman and Missing Link. So Missing Link. Iceman, King Parsons. Alright. And we're going to play the first and second match on this UWF show. This is UWF episode number 41. It is from the Tulsa Convention Center. And it is from December 27th, 1986. Let's start the show. And we're going to play this first match, this tag team match up here with Duggan and Terry Taylor. Taking on Hot Stuff and Hyatt International. Alright. Here we go. As always, I want to take the time to thank you guys for joining me here in the Bob Cave. Here we go. Let's get it on. And after this match, we're going to play one more match after this one. So, don't go nowhere. Alright. Steiner is running right at Taylor. Taylor with the counter though. Caught him with some strikes. Steiner thinking belly to belly, eating a rig to the eyes there. We got scooping him up. Backbreaker by Taylor. Gonna stretch him now. And Taylor now, all over Rick Steiner. Counter, pulling him right back into a shoulder block. Into a clothesline. Deadlift. Into a power slam. Wood strength by Rick Steiner, driving him right down. Working the arm and a tag into the man called Sting. Duggan taken out. Duggan taken out as Taylor's thrown back in. And Sting going to work on Duggan. Bad suplex on the floor. And Taylor trying to stop it. The referee cutting him off. And Taylor turning his attention to Rick Steiner now. Two can play that game. Here we go. Bad suplex on the apron. Got him. And Taylor back in. Sting, Irish whip into the corner. Sting. What's he thinking here? Tie him to the trio. Taylor with the counter. Knife edge chops. Kick to the gut. Got him up. Up and over a suplex. Tag into Rick Steiner. And Terry Taylor finally got the tag in. The Duggan in. Duggan eating a spear. Duggan ate a spear right away from Rick. And Rick tagging Sting in. And Sting leveled with a clothesline. Duggan taking him right down. Sting counters that collar elbow. Irish whip by the Stinger. A duck and a hip toss. Sting with the DDT. And a pin on Duggan. Kick out at one by Duggan. Not enough damage done to Hacksaw yet. Duggan rolling to the floor. Sting out after him. Throwing him back in. Sting with the paw driver. And Taylor in. Driving him down. Sting dropping Taylor. Duggan taking the time. Watching Sting take out Taylor. And Duggan back in, hammering away. Manhattan drop attempt. Sting counters. Knee drop to the back of the head. Duggan counters, shot to the gut on Sting. Duggan hoisted him up. Backbreaker. Rick Steiner taken out. Multiple strikes. Sting counters. Irish whip into the corner. Stinger splash. And Taylor is not even going to let that happen. Taylor, beautiful neckbreaker. What a counter. Sting running DDT. Sting double leg. Duggan using his resiliency. Duggan being taken over to the enemy corner. Split open now. Shot to the back of the head. Duggan in no man's land. Side Russian leg sweep by Sting. Duggan trying to make the tag. Crawling back this corner. And he does. Taylor's tagged in. Taylor hooked. Belly to belly. Duggan in. Missing the clothesline. Duggan out, but he's right back in. Taylor taking a shot to the gut. Irish whip into the corner. Steiner is thinking about finishing him, not today. Taylor with the counter. Taylor tossing him to the floor. And Taylor turning his attention out of Sting. Big right. Bad suplex on the apron. And Taylor's just gonna work. And Taylor right back in. Making Steiner pay. Neck breaker. Steiner back on his feet. Double leg by Terry Taylor. About to call him the Red Rooster. Here we go. And he's got the Scorpion and Sting breaking it up. Sting thrown over the top rope to the floor. Taylor hammer away. Saito suplex. And a Taylor-made man. Scoop and a slam on Steiner. High knee. And a tag in the Duggan. Duggan now going to work. Double ass to the back. Missed the stomp. Shot to the gut by Steiner. Overhead belly to belly. Back body drop. Bulldog by Duggan. Steiner line. And Terry Taylor taking Rick Steiner to the floor. Sting taken to the outside. Taylor from the top. Gonna fly. Taylor finally dropped to the floor, taking out Sting. And Duggan outside after Steiner mat slam. Scooped him and slammed him. Net breaker by Taylor. Stinger taken out. And a pin. Duggan going for a pin. Referee in position. Just a 2. Duggan in disbelief. Duggan missing the 3-point stance, but 8 out German. What a counter by Rick. Stinger in. Taylor double legging him. He's gonna hook the Scorpion on Sting. And Stinger breaking out of it. Eddie getting mixed in there. Duggan hammering away. Rick nailed him. Knee lift. Stinger headed back in. Duggan took him out to 3-point stands. The charging clothesline. And Steiner breaking up the pin. And this is pandemonium. Duggan hoisted him up. Duggan with the power slam. Referee. 1, 2, and Sting kicking out. That's it. We got a time limit draw. I was hoping to get it up to 5 stars, but hey, it's fine. 4.5 stars. Hey, it was a time limit draw in real life, so there you go. Alright, next up we got Gustavo Mendoza taking on Dr. Death, Steve Williams. We're gonna play that one as the good old doctor. But he's playing against, he's gonna be fighting Johnny Gargano here, facing off against Johnny G. The old Rebel Heart. Let's get into it. Alright, and as always, I want to thank all you community creators out there, past, present, future, then, now, and forever. Cannot do this without you guys, and I cannot thank you enough. As we load into this one-on-one matchup, as always, can't thank you guys enough for your continued support here in the Bob Cave. Cannot grow without you guys. Thank you so much for sharing and supporting, liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Dr. Death starting off eating a DDT though. Nice counter. And Gargano driving an elbow drop down into the leg of Dr. Death. Forearm. Knife head chops. Overhand chop. Gargano eating a right. Death. Dr. Death firing back. Nice combination and big strikes by Death. Dr. Death set him up top. What's he going for here? Could it be? He's going for a superplex. A vertical. No, Gargano with the counter. Nice counter by Gargano. Gargano on the apron. Hopping back in the ring. Using his speed, his quickness to his advantage. Death back on his feet though. Missed that tornado DDT. Dr. Death hitting the ropes. Big splash, nobody home. Counter by Doc. Doc hammering away. Pressing him up. Slamming him down. Pulled him up in a mat slam. Doc hitting the ropes. 747 connecting. Big splash. Drop kick by Gargano. Gargano Irish whip off the ropes. Cat kick. And a shot to the back. Doc rolling to the floor. Gargano in the ring. Might not be a wise move by Johnny G, but he He's taunting. And a tackle there. Dr. Death driving him down. The former Oklahoma Sooner. Pulling him back now. Forearm. Part of Oklahoma Stampede. The wrestling team, if you will. Back elbow by Doc. Doc! Saito! Dropped him on the back of his head. Here's a cover. Would it be enough? 1, 2. Gargano got the rope. Driven down right on the back of his head by Dr. Death Steve Williams. And Doc is fired up. Nice counter there by Gargano. Caught him flush with that side kick to the chest. Just a 1. And Gargano going back to work on the arm. Nobody home on that double foot stomp. Doc ran right into that tornado DDT. Nice move by Gargano. Gargano now working the arm. Driving it down into the mat. Missed the elbow. And Doc, I think, is done playing games. Hoisting him up. Oklahoma Stampede. 1, 2, 3. And Dr. Death is victorious after the Stampede. Dr. Death just had enough. He had enough of the man and put an end to it. Right here, Doc showing off that awesome strength with that Saito suplex. Driving the man down. And then the big run and power slam. The Oklahoma Stampede. And there you have it, the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Dr. Death on the road to victory, if you will. Dr. Death Steve Williams victorious. And a 3-star match. We'll exit here. And we're going to go through the rest of this UWF show. We get the UWF Top 10 Countdown. Match number 4, we have Ken Massey and Gary Young taking on the Fabulous Freebirds, Michael P.S. Hayes and Buddy Jack Roberts. The Freebirds are going to win this one, Michael and Buddy. Right here we got them taking on Ridge and Butch instead of Ken Massey and Gary Young. After the match, the Fantastics attack the Freebirds, and the Fantastics comment on the Freebirds. The Fantastics drop the Angel of Death, but the numbers catch up to the Fantastics, and the Birds and the Angel of Death leave the Fantastics a bloody mess. So after the match, hey, the Fantastics made a choice to attack the Freebirds, and they paid for it with their blood. Match 5, we got Bobby Perez taking on the UWF champion, the One Man Gang. And the One Man Gang is going to be victorious in this one. Right here we got him taking on Mustafa Ali. Of course, the gang is going to come out victorious in that one as well. And match number 6, we got Art Cruz and the Libyan taking on the Iceman, King Parsons, and the Missing Link. And the Missing Link and the Iceman are going to get the win in this one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that is going to conclude episode number 40 of my Universe Mode Season 4. Yes, it is in the books. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me here in the Bob Cave. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting on all my social media platforms. If you haven't done so, hey man, down below, that's where you're going to find me, the B.O.B. baby. I want to thank all you community creators, past, present, future, then, now, and forever. I cannot do this Universe Mode without you guys. And hey man, be sure to stay tuned for more streams coming today. Like I said, I'll be hopping on to 2K24. Probably playing some of the Attitude Era Universe Mode I got over there. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until we meet again, my friends.